Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another discussion video. I asked you guys over on Twitter how you guys felt about Kazuya now that he's been out for a while, and today we're going to be checking out those responses. You guys seem to really like these videos, so I'll keep making them as long as you guys are interested, and yeah, with all that said, let's get started. And our first tweet comes from Celeste Orchid, and she says, "I'm happy that he feels and plays sorta like a Tekken character. As a Tekken and Smash filthy casual player, I love him. My biggest problem is that I wish there was a bit more variety in the button combos. Like A, B in actual Tekken rather than mashing A all the time. But definitely different than other characters with the whole I'm gonna use only the B button." I'm not really sure if I can really say much about like Tekken as a whole, because I only really watch Tekken at EVO when it's there, and I've actually like never played Tekken, but like from just watching it I can see that there's more depth. And yeah, I can agree, the whole 10-hit thing, I thought it would be like a lot more inputs, but it's just A. Like sometimes I just hold down the A button, he does the whole thing. The next tweet comes from Gyro, and he says, "He has some broken things about him. However, it's still hard to say. There are no Kazuya players in a top 8 setting and such. He would have the potential to maybe be top tier, but we would have to wait and see. Mid-high is where I'm keeping him until we see results." And yeah, I think Kazuya is good. He's definitely scary. Once people get really good with him, like, I can see a lot of characters just camping him out, but then he has all those invincible moves too that end like a reflector. So, I mean, he does have a low jump squat too, like 7 frames. So a pretty slow one. Everyone else is like frame 3, so we'll have to see. But like Kazuya doesn't really jump that much anyway. And Tarkin says, "It's hard to say, but I'm on the opinion that thinks that he's not as busted as everyone thinks he is. Yeah, if he touches you once, you're probably going to lose a stock. But it's just like, for example, Hugo and SF3S. If you can't get in to get that damage, it doesn't matter if you're a nuke." And yeah, I can definitely see that. Like, some characters, especially like Ganon for example, it's pretty hard, but Ganon is also not very good. So you never really have to worry that much, unless like, you know, the Ganon's a good player, but then even then, like if you're a good player, then the matchup really matters, and then Ganon just still loses. And like I was saying earlier, he's probably gonna get camped anyway, but he still has like tools to deal with camping, so it's up to player skill at that point. And Undutiful Hades says, "I feel that he's going to be a strong character in the meta as his main advance the character, but I feel his frame 7 jump squat and his slow mobility are going to greatly hurt him as time goes on, since counterplay is going to be to not approach him and force him to approach instead, since you can just whiff punish his approach options or reflect his laser if he does that. Even with this huge flaw, I think he'll end up somewhere from the middle to the top of high tier, and in my opinion, is the weakest character of Volume 2, which considering the ridiculous damage and kill potential he has is saying something, since his past brought a top 5 contender in the Aegis, a very strong top tier in Min, and very strong high/top tiers in Steve and Sephiroth." And yeah, I definitely agree with the last part. The whole second Fighters Pass has just been busted. Like, Fighters Pass 1, the only like super good character we got was Joker, and everyone else was like kind of mid, and are like they're all still fun, but they weren't really that good. And then now we got like 2 top tiers, and then the rest are like couldn't be high tier. So yeah, Kazuya being the most underwhelming is actually saying something, because he can literally kill you in like 4 hits, but then you have these other characters that are just, they could just blow you up too. But he's actually saying a lot of the stuff I was saying earlier about how, you know, Kazuya is gonna get camped out, but then he can also deal with the camping, so it just comes down to player skill. But I feel like most of the Kazuyas aren't really there yet, but once they do, it won't really be a problem. I, for one, I'm probably like most excited to fight Kazuya, because, you know, I play Pirate Mithra, so like basically that matchup is gonna be like basically like pure chaos. Like Mithra makes one mistake, and then she just dies, and then Kazuya makes one mistake and he just gets nuked. I kind of like explosive matchups like that, but that's just because I was a Smash 4 ZSS main, so I'm just used to like blowing up other people and then getting blown up if I make one mistake. And Skippy Lemon says, "To me, he's kind of in the same boat as Joker in the sense of it's going to take a long time for both of them to be fully optimized, and when they are, it's going to be glorious. Yes, Electric Wind God Fist is his maker, but he's still going to be designed and not easy to play, so he's very rewarding." And yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day, how like the Kazuya combos are like, well, they're really rewarding to pull off, because, you know, you get a stock for it, and not everyone's going to be able to pull off those combos, so it won't be like, there's going to be really good Kazuyas, but not every Kazuya is going to be on that level. Like right now, the only like super good Kazuya right now is like Riddles. I can't really think of anyone else. but that's also good for the Kazuya players, where like they know that the more hard work they put into the character, the bigger the reward is going to be for them. Federico says, I don't really know since I don't play at high levels, but I feel like he does too much damage now that I saw some of his inputs or combos are kind of hard, but I feel like when muscle memory kicks in, it's not really going to be that hard. I don't think he's broken because he has a bad recovery, but at least when I fight him I don't enjoy it very much. And yeah, Kazuya can be rough to fight sometimes if you don't know what you're going up against. And yeah, his recovery is very exploitable. I, for one, had to get used to, having a bad recovery when I played Pirate Mithra, because Byleth up B has spoiled me so much. Just being able to recover and then also spike people as you recover is something that was privileged, and I got very used to it for like an entire year. And then all of a sudden I just couldn't recover anymore, and I was getting gimped at 10%, and it literally drove me crazy. Yeah, I think he's right. I mean, Kazuya's recovery is very exploitable, but he also can like keep his jump, and he can also air dodge afterwards. So like he can use his up B, then use his double jump, and his double jump is pretty floaty too. Like he kind of floats for a while. It's hard to describe it. And yeah, electric wind god fist is probably like I know it's like a 1 or 2 frame input you have to do, but the reward you get from it is very substantial. So all the combos and stuff, it's gonna be crazy. I can't wait to see how everything gets optimized like a year from now or something. And up next we have Danny, and he says, I feel like with his combos he has the same 0 to death potential as Ice Climbers, maybe even more so. It feels like we're only scratching the surface of what he can do, considering all the tools that he has in his kit. Also, the CPU is shenasty, and yeah, the CPU is actually pretty good. It's actually better than most people I fight in character discords, not gonna lie. But yeah, the Ice Climbers 0 to death potential is actually like pretty crazy. Like whenever I see any like good Ice Climbers, I always leave because sometimes they're really annoying because they spam side B a lot. For Kazuya, I don't really know what combo starters he wants to look for. Probably wants to look for the down tilt that pops you up. But yeah, I can't wait to see how many different ways Kazuya could just straight up just destroy somebody's stock. Like I hear Kazuya can kill people in 4 hits. Like that's all it takes really, just 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're done. Like the JV4 is like it's probably going to be really easy to JV4 people with that character. All you need is the right hit and neutral. Actually, I think Riddle's already JV4'd somebody and just kept 0 to deathing him over and over. It's actually mad funny. And yeah, that was most of you guys' responses. And for me, I don't think Kazuya is broken, believe it or not. Like I said, it's just all about player skill. I don't really think anyone's gonna be good enough to do what Riddles does consistently like him. Even he's still dropping combos every now and again. And like I said, it's still gonna take time. Like a lot of the Kazuyas are like done with their training arcs and they're starting to terrorize, Elite Smash. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But anyway, I'm gonna call it for now. I want to thank my YouTube members for your support. You guys are awesome. And just people who watch my videos in general, you guys are all amazing. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in another video. Take care of yourselves and have a good one.